3-3, living that 3-3 life.
Yo.
It's been a while, been a minute.
It's been a couple of weeks, yeah.
2 weeks, bro, I think.
That's a couple.
That is a couple.
That couple means two, apparently.
Does it?
Yeah, couple.
I was always
as
told,
in like couple,
yeah.
you know, like 1 and 2.
Yes.
A couple.
You have just...
How many times do I just say couple? I didn't say a few.
True.
A few is more than 2.
Yeah, there's all these fucking measurements, man. It's like a baker's dozen is 12 or something as well, and all this other shit. I just never
12.
really learned. I think it's 12 or
Isn't
6.
a dozen? Half a dozen is 6. A dozen is 12.
Yeah.
So what's baker's dozen?
Same
is
thing.
it 13?
Who knows? Life's fucking mysteries.
All these measurements.
That
Inches. Who uses fucking the
Is it
not the metric
Imperial?
system. Yeah, Imperial. You
Yeah, not us here.
dumb
in Australia.
American dogs.
Half our audience just leaves.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
We've got a couple of them in the States. Which is
Yeah,
all
well,
good.
you're all dumb. Metric system all the way. Let's go.
You've got to start debating that. But yeah, once you're used to it, it's kind of hard not to.
It's just so simple. Like when you think about it, like 1 millimeter, 10 of them, centimeter.
Yeah.
And then, a meter.
It just makes sense.
It all fits in, man.
Yes, it
Where
does.
inches like, an eighth, third, a quarter, and then you're like...
Yeah, but we grew up with this stuff. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
I
So
know.
it's
I
kinda
know. It's just...
time and day.
But nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
How you been, man?
Yeah, I've been alright. I guess.
You guess? Not too convincing,
Been
man.
alright. Oh, you know how life is, man. You got your
The ups and downs.
ups and your downs.
Yeah.
But nah, it's work and life and... Yeah, it's been alright. What about you?
About in the same, man. Like, went to Singapore, was good, except halfway through I got sick. And that, like, just wrecks me for not just that, but also when I was coming back, I was meant to do the powerlifting comp as well, and I was just not well enough
Yeah.
in time. Which
Did
was
you...
unfortunate.
What was booked first? The Singapore trip or the powerlifting trip?
I did the powerlifting first.
Okay, so then you fucked up, to be fair.
Yes.
Yeah, you fucked up. Like,
'Cause-
that was a real rookie mistake then.
Yes.
Like, who the fuck plans to go to a trip for a comp?
Yeah. Well, see, the thing is, I wasn't like, yes, the comp was important, but it was just like, it's also,
A beginner's comp, so
Yeah.
who really cares? But yeah, I get
yeah.
you.
So for me, it was just like, you know what? I didn't really expect to get sick, 1. But
Yeah,
2,
but
I needed to sort of just get out
your
of.
coach should have warned you about this.
Tim did. He was just like,
He
what
did?
the fuck are you doing, bro?
Yeah, good,
I was just
good.
like, yeah, I know. I mean,
Yeah.
I had to get, sort of just needed a break, to be honest. And my parents had been pushing, like, potentially come to Singapore.
You sound like a bitch, bro. You
That's
sound
fine.
like a bitch. Oh, I needed a break. No, I went to Singapore.
Well, it helped. So-
Then you got sick and then you missed your comp.
Yes.
I'm not happy about it. Me and Sam were just like, what a weak cunt. Like, this motherfucker. And Sam was like, he better fucking book another one. He said he was going to do it.
I know, you messaged me the exact same thing as well.
Sam was like, oh, fucking knock some sense into it, mate. Yeah, Sam and I were like, what a bitch. But, I mean, shit, you never plan to get sick on a
Exactly.
trip. But
If it was anything else,
it's always...
the fact it was like a chest infection, that was the heartbeat. Because it was like anytime I would like exert myself or start going into a coughing fit, then that was it. Like,
exert yourself.
or any sort of light exercise,
Yeah.
let's just say, I'll just start coughing and shit. And
This
then,
guy's speaking all fucking fancy on me and shit. Big words. Exert.
yeah, it's just,
Yeah.
there's no getting better from that.
Yeah, nah, fair bump. Fair
Yeah.
bump. Well, how was Singapore anyway? Singapore's amazing. But
It is. It was good. The weather, like expected, was stupidly humid, which,
Singapore?
yeah, your typical Singapore stuff. But otherwise, it was good. Went to Marina Bay, went to the zoo, checked out this place called Fort Cannon, which is near the museum there. I had no idea it even was a thing, but just like really old school kind of military base, just nice vibes and all
So
that
just
sort of stuff.
the touristy stuff. Everyone goes to Marina Bay and
Yeah,
checks
for
out
sure.
the gardens. They're so nice. It's just Singapore's just so good. So awesome.
for sure. And
you feel clean there though, like,
mm,
because Singapore's so small, they can just clean, like everything is just so well looked after.
mm.
You just walk around and you're like, how the fuck is everything so goddamn green and nice? And
Yeah, that's a good thing about it as well.
you feel like you're legit in the jungle, like a jungle that's a city.
Mm. And for most of the part, I was with my parents and my grandma. So we went like to the house that they were in, which is kind of like a pretty remote, not remote-ish, but for Singapore, like out of the way, not in the city main hub. We're just staying there. And my grandma has early onset dementia, so she actually remembered me, which was cool.
Yeah.
And it was just good to kind of see family again, to be honest, man.
Yeah, that's what happens, though. Life give it, life take it away, bro. When you get to that age, who knows what's going to come? Fucking dementia, bro. Dementia's fucked. Watching that shit like unfold in real time.
This is devastating.
It's bad, man.
Because it happened to my mum's mum, who's passed away now, unfortunately. But it's just one of those things where when she was going through it in a nursing home and she got to the point where she couldn't speak, that was hard.
Yeah.
And I missed her funeral because of COVID, Melbourne lockdowns and shit.
Fucking COVID fucked everything, eh?
It did, eh? It was just one of those things I was thinking to myself, man, is it even worth like just getting old? Do you get to some point you're just like, fuck it, I'm tapping out? Like, I just don't want to degrade any
I think
further.
like 80, 85, and then just a button.
you know? See ya.
I think depending on how your body copes.
That's
like
the other
if you're
thing as
mentally, like if you're mentally there and you're physically all good, you know, like you can still get up without, I mean, pain to a point, like pain that you can deal with, you know, and then you have no issues speaking, remembering, you know, like you actually look forward to some things. I'd say keep going. But
Yeah,
I mean, when you start, like you said, getting dementia, I don't know, Alzheimer's, you know, you can't get out of bed because your body's just fucked.
Yeah.
I think, you know,
it's hard.
Euthanasia, bro. Just press that button.
I think it's been debated a couple of times in Australia, actually. There's a couple of articles I remember back in a couple of years ago or something about should it be something that people can like opt in for?
Yeah.
But it was also not just for elderly people. It was like at any point if someone wants to.
Yeah, like I think there was a thing, legit, like people that basically are vegetables. Like if something happens, a car accident, you know what I mean? Like putting them on life support. You know, is it worse for them to be on life support, or is it better just to unfortunately flick the switch, you know, turn the power off? It fucking sounds shit, but
it is, yeah.
Unfortunately, you know, sometimes it is better just to turn the power off than being, I don't want to say a burden for the rest of their life, but they're legit just an empty shell.
Yeah, they're not who they used to be in a lot of ways. So.
I mean, it's heavy.
It is.
It's heavy, brother, but yeah, fuck. Yeah, same thing happened to Shauna's grandmother. Dementia, just over the years, just slowly, you just see him watch deteriorate, and then it's shit, but
it is.
It's life, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. You kind of just, I think your dad had it good in a sense of saying like, you know, he's here for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah. But fuck, 65?
Yeah, it's still
65. Fuck.
Yeah, it's not exactly
bastard. It's too young.
It is. Yeah, for sure, man.
Fuck. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, yeah.
It's weird because like I've thought about it a fair bit, and I was like, you know, if I was not to wake up tomorrow, would I be happy with like what I've done and the experiences that I've had in life?
Doesn't matter. You wouldn't have woken up.
Exactly.
Legit, you wouldn't have any thought.
Yeah, true.
Like I keep saying, like I say this as a joke, right? Like, you know, like life would be easy if I wasn't here. You know, because you wouldn't. Life would be so easy because you wouldn't be existing anymore, man.
Yeah, the crazy thing though is the impact that it has.
Yeah,
to the people around you is just crazy. How like I can understand it in the sense of some people may think, you know, life would potentially be, it would solve my problems to either like commit suicide or just not be here. Yeah. But the gap that you leave to everyone around you, which you probably can't like sometimes put into perspective.
Yeah.
That's a tricky bit.
That's if you're thinking about it from a pure selfish point, as in life would be easier for yourself if, like you said, you just wake up and you die. Well, how do you wake up dead? You're dead, all right?
Yeah.
You know
Something
what,
happens, whatever. Yeah.
That is a pure selfish point, right? Yeah, like you said, if you died, I'd have to make a speech at your funeral, bro.
This fucking cunt.
That'd be tough. You know what I mean? That'd be
Yeah.
tough for everything. Everyone, like your family, all the people that you've been in touch with, all that shit. So yeah, like at one side it's super selfish, on another side it's, it's tough. It's tough for everyone else.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think,
Yeah.
like it's.
But I mean, when you think about people that actually do commit suicide, and they're not just saying, "Oh, I tried killing myself," blah blah blah, and they're seeking for attention and they're talking shit. Like, no, the people that actually do commit suicide and they have 100% success rate with it, that's like a one-time thing.
Yeah,
there's no half-assing it. Like if you're being dead set, they're not thinking about how it's going to impact anyone else.
No,
they're at that point where it's purely about them. And I'm not saying that they're a piece of shit for that. I'm just saying it's that tough for them that that's all they think about.
Yeah, and it's very hard to reverse out of that way of thinking once you're down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's, I think, the biggest thing about a lot of the mental health initiatives and just, the whole check in with your mates sort of thing is like you do whatever you can to prevent someone from getting to that point where there's no return in a lot of ways.
Unfortunately, some people they can't be helped, man. Like some people can't, unfortunately. Like you try, and then they just end up down that path. Like I get it where therapy is good, but also therapy can also be bad too. Like to a point, like if you're seeing a therapist every week and you're constantly talking about your negative feelings and thoughts, eventually you just revolve your life around being negative. Because that's sort of all you think about and that's all you talk about. When really you should just be like, nah, fuck off with that negative shit. Let's just be positive. And I know it's hard to flick that switch in your brain and actually be like, let's focus on the positive stuff. But then the more you do, the more you feel positive. Whereas if you're always seeing a shrink and you're just like, oh, I can't wait to see the shrink so we can talk about this or talk about these negative feelings, then that's the negative mindset you put yourself in.
Yeah.
And a lot of people therapy is good if you have an end goal or like a point. But if you're just going to therapy for the sake of going to therapy because you're depressed, you have anxiety, then you'll get stuck in a rut. You need the
framing, like you said, the positive framing, because otherwise, if you're just going there because it's a place where you feel open enough or safe enough to talk about what you're doing, but nothing tangible comes out in terms of actions or reframing some of the negative into positive. Like, if you've been in negative situations and they're repeated patterns, and let's say, and you can see that you're reacting differently and behaving differently as a result, and you're making progress over time, that's a win. It's the things like that where you kind of need to understand that, through time and experience, you handle situations better, and that's just life's journey. Yeah,
if you're going to therapy and it's actually giving you the tools you need to deal with stuff, then that's good. But if you're going to therapy with no goal in place, like when I went to therapy, I was like, I'm going to be here for the 8 sessions and I'm going to open up and do my best and I want to come out in a more positive light, then that's what we're here for. But I'm saying like the people that just surround themselves in negativity all day, every day, you message them, hey, how you going? Oh, fucking, I'm not good. Or I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm that, or all they do is put up negative posts about mental health and this and that. It's like, I get it, they're trying to spread the mental health awareness, but if that ends up being your whole life, then of course you're going to be sucked into this negative mindset all the time. You got to be more, like you got to have a stronger mental attitude, but like, nah, fuck you, depression or anxiety or whatever, or sadness, and be like, let's fucking focus on the positive shit and... put all that mental health aside, and you just, because then it becomes your whole personality. I feel like with some people, it's like, fuck, give it a rest. Like, we don't need it all the time. Like, who are you if you didn't have mental health, you know? I'm looking at you. I'm not saying it's you, you know?
I would be nobody. Fuck.
Yeah. But, you know, like some people, it's like,
Yeah.
you know?
There's that, there's a very famous quote, or I think it's like from the fucking Rocky movies, where he's talking to his son about like how, you know, if you let life beat you down and keep you there, you'll never be able to rise above and like actually achieve what, you know, you could have done in a lot of ways. And I think that's the thing, is like, you got to find the little bits of joy in life. And for us, I don't, like, pretty easily, it's like cars and stuff, things like that, connecting through, you know, what we do. You've delved into photography and videography now. I'm doing the exact same thing. It's just when you find things in life that you enjoy doing that keep you getting out of bed, going to the gym, etc., that's where you really get out there and live life. And I understand that you'll have days where it's going to be hard.
Everyone has days, bro. Everyone has days.
And so you just need to take rest, you get sick, whatever it may be. But as long as you get back on the bandwagon and don't stay stuck in the mud, then you'll be in a better place for it.
What do you do when you fall off the horse?
You got to get back on, man.
Hey, you got to get back on. You fucking ride that curve.
100%, man.
Yeah.
But it's easier said than done. Because I know.
Oh, yeah, but I mean, fucking life moves on, bro.
100%. Life doesn't get shit.
Yeah, everyone has a whinge, and it's just like, you know what? Really, to be fair, without sounding like a dick, who the fuck gives a shit? No one. No one really gives a shit, man. Like, the amount of people that you see just having a whinge, and it's just like, shut the fuck up. I got my own shit to deal with. I'm sick of dealing with your shit. Like, man up, handle your shit. Like, that is the mentality. Like, just man up and handle your shit, you know? And sometimes I am really empathetic to the whole mental health and like the struggles. And other times it's like, because I've been going to the gym and like smashing it and setting these goals and having like, I'm trying to change my my mental state to be more positive. It's like, you know what? Actual man the fuck up, handle your shit and, you know, get over it. It sounds so hard, but I guess you got to have that.
It's a fine line to walk. You know what I mean?
You have to be empathetic to a point, and you also have to be like, all right, now it's time. We've had our little heart to heart, time to fucking man up.
Yeah. And I think that's the hard part in a lot of ways, is like, can you hold both of those things at the same time? Can you be like tough love, have that conversation with yourself, all your mates, to be like, get the fuck up, we're going to the gym.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit if you're fucking depressed or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, but you've also got to be empathetic at times where like that the situation, I guess, calls for it. Like, you wouldn't tell your fucking son, you know what I mean? Like, if he's fallen over and fucking hurt his knee and shit, and you're just like, fucking get up and like just keep walking. You know what I mean? It's really hard with having Tommy now, because you can see the way our parents raised us was like, sort of hide your emotions. They didn't want to deal with the emotions. Whereas now it's all about not so much like letting the emotions run him, but it's like him understanding, hey, this is what you're feeling. I get it. But, you know, it's time, you know, you need to like control the emotions. Whereas before it was all about like bottling the emotions. Yeah.
Now I guess it's more about understanding them and realizing what you're going through and how to control them.
Yeah.
It's not so much like raising a son to be like, let his emotions go crazy, because that's how you get actual fucking psychopaths. It's about how to control them, you know? So like you're saying, when Tommy falls over and he cries or he hits his head, it's like, all right, but like, yeah, that would hurt. You know, like, it's going to hurt. You're going to be upset, but it will be better. Instead of being like, you're okay, you're fine. You know, it didn't hurt.
Yeah, but like, you go over there and like fucking saw the corner off the table off or some shit.
Nah.
Like, complete overreaction and whatnot.
Yeah, nah.
But I think that's part of being an adult in a lot of ways, is like, you, over time, you learn to regulate your emotions.
Yeah, and you have to learn. But we, as kids, we never really learned how to regulate our emotions, because it was always like, you'll be fine. You know, that's how the boomers.
The generation, yeah.
The boomers raised us, us millennials, bro. That's why we're all fucked.
It's funny how, or not funny. Funny's probably the wrong word.
It is like, funny. It's fucking hilarious.
Until you realize you're just like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Every
generation will have their own, I guess, individual struggles in terms of like, you know, we could down the track find out that maybe the way that people are parenting kids nowadays is also not ideal. Because it's just,
I guarantee you there's going to be studies in 20, 30 years' time how we fucked up as well.
yeah, for sure.
I mean, like,
But you
we're
can't
all just trying to do the
predict that
best we can. Bro.
Exactly.
Like,
And that's the thing I have to kind of remind myself a little bit as well, is like when there's situations where, you know, you look at the world and it's just like, it can be a pretty fucked place.
it is fucked. It's not. It can be.
Yeah.
It's not. It can be, bro.
But you also have to kind of remember, I think there's some sort of key principle around, if you look at it as like the world's a horrible place and everyone's a fucking shit cunt, I mean, it's a very dim outlook.
Yeah. But, I mean, at the same time, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss, bro. Like, you have to be aware of what's going on around your surroundings. But at the same time, you just go, you know what? Fuck it. This is my little bubble. And sometimes you just have to live in your little bubble.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I
you
think
just
that's
have to
the key
worry
thing.
about, I'm waking up at this time. I'm going to work. I'm going to the gym. This is the food I've planned. This is what I'm eating. Can't wait to go home, see my son, cook dinner, say hi to the wife, kick the dog, you know, and then go to bed and wake up again. Sometimes you just need that, like, for a couple days and then go, oh, shit, what's happening in the world now, you know?
Yeah. I think that's one of the, I guess, hard things about social media as well, is like, there's absolutely nothing wrong with living your life like that, in a sense of like, you know, enjoying the little things, just enjoying
Being
the connection
present.
with family. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's almost discouraged in some ways because of
Oh, yeah.
social media.
As soon as
bro.
you go onto social media, it's like, oh, his car's slightly better than mine.
Yeah,
Oh, he's got a
that's
nicer
it.
house. He works less. Like, oh, how come they're eating a really nice cooked meal when I'm eating fucking sloppy gelatis? You know what I mean? When in fact, like, they have a totally different lifestyle to you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, all right, they do online courses or whatever the fuck. They actually have time. You know, it's comparing your life to other people.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
And
It's hard because we're on social media so much.
Exactly. And I think the other side of it as well is a lot of the stuff that you see in terms of that is like, you know, if you wanted to be a content creator and go full time, for example, you know, it's not impossible. People can do it. And I can guarantee you anyone that actually really wants to do it will take that jump and be like, you know what, I'll get all this stuff, I'll start learning, I'll do whatever, I'll put the effort into it. But the reality is you can look at a lot of stuff and be like, cool, I would like that. But in terms of, do you actually want to put in the time and effort to do it, is a very different story.
I think if you want to be a content creator or like Instagram, whatever, make reels and stuff, photos, whatever, like as a full-time job, I think you sort of have to sell your soul a bit. Because let's be real, everything you see online is fake. Like the amount of photos you see and half of them have cropped out all this shit, you know, like they make it seem like this is the perfect world when it's not.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, it's hard because I don't want to sound like a fucking hypocrite because, yeah, I post shit online as well and I want to post stuff with my photography and whatever. But at the same time, I feel like you have to sell your soul. Like if you're doing that daily upload shit and you're doing those reels of like how great this is and how I did this, like you are selling your soul to a point of like you're not showing the true scope or the true picture. You're just showing people what they want to see, which is a fairy tale land, you know?
Yeah, that's very much the case with social media as well. You can portray something that is completely opposite to what is actually going on. I mean, that's one of the key things I think that you sort of learn as well is people going through mental health struggles. Some people can hide it really well through social media, while others they like to, I guess, use it as a platform to express themselves as well.
Yeah.
Each to their own. Like I kind of do that sometimes, and that's one of the reasons why I was like, maybe I should take a break for a while and whatnot. Initially, at the start of this year, and you know, it is what it is. You just kind of learn, I guess, through experience what works, what doesn't, and if you want to authentically express yourself to a small audience or whatever it may be, social media can sometimes be the place for it. But it's always better to connect with people in person, I find.
Yeah. Face on, eh?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's kind of why you always come down here. We could do this over Zoom or whatever, but I appreciate the face-to-face.
I hate Zoom. Like, looking at someone through a fucking screen and trying to talk to someone somewhere else, it's just like, I feel so disconnected. Like, when people call me and they want to have like a 30-minute chat, I was like, listen, bro, I'd rather fucking have a 2-minute chat and be like, yo, let's catch up when I have the time. Could be in 6 months, could be in 3 months, but if I'm going to see you for 3-4 hours, it's going to be a good conversation.
Yeah.
It's going to be a meaningful conversation. It's going to be face to face, like an actual human connection, not this fucking ones and zeros through a screen.
Yeah, I live in that world, man.
I know. See, I hate that. I hate that, but unfortunately, that's your day to day.
It is, and that's the only reason it works for me at the moment is because I lived in Melbourne and actually had like a lot of these face-to-face connections beforehand.
Yeah.
Whereas if I was to start again now and work purely remote for a different company, I don't think I would do too well, to be quite honest.
Yeah.
Because like it's just fucking hard, man. Like how the hell are you supposed to form a network connection in a professional sense, or even in general, with someone that you never actually sit down and have a face-to-face conversation with?
How did we do it when we used to play games, bro?
See, that is a
You know what I
very
mean?
strange thing, eh? I have some good mates who I still touch base with every now and then through online gaming.
Yeah.
But it's like you interacted with them so much that it suddenly became a bit more
Normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because like my workplace, like I work next to people and we just yell at each other all day. So it's like so much social interaction all day. Like, yeah, we just yell the dumbest shit and spin wicked yarns like all day,
Yeah.
Like I go to the other workshop and there's like 30 blokes. I just walk around and chat to everyone, So there's so much social interaction.
Yeah.
I just don't have time for a phone call. I just don't like I get phone calls, but it's like
It's not the same.
Nah, it's not for me.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. I think that was the coolest thing about when I used to work at Crown doing security is like it's very much everyone, especially if you were in like one of those dedicated teams and you did the same rotation as everyone in that group.
Yeah.
Like it would just be this really good sense of family. And like you would even hang out after work or like and that kind of shit. And it's just like fucking, yeah, I know.
Family.
Family.
Dominic Toretto rocks up, hey. Family.
But it was just like, that's the cool thing.
I don't care what anyone says. When you go to work, you're not a fucking family, all right?
Bro, when you run
just-
into a fucking fight with like a bunch of people.
You're just work colleagues, brother.
I don't know, man.
Everyone at work's like, oh, let's have some beers after work. You know what? No. How about no? I want to go home and see my actual family. I've spent 8 hours with you motherfuckers. I got to see you tomorrow. I'm getting out of here. I'm not spending any more time than I fucking have to at this place. And I enjoy my work and I enjoy the people I actually work with. But no, I'm not spending any more time with you because you're not my actual fucking family. All right?
It is a fine balance.
Yeah.
And it's like I can respect that. Like I'm not going to be like, oh, this so-and-so doesn't fucking come to any work events, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
There's shit coming. It's like, no.
But the whole family thing, like, yeah, our work community is like a family. It's like, shut the fuck up. That's a load of shit, all right? You're all work acquaintances.
Mate. My experience says otherwise, but I will respect your opinion. I will agree to disagree.
You're fucking... Listen, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, and
100%.
your opinion is wrong. What do you mean fight, bro? You were the scrawniest motherfucking security guard out there, right? You'd be like,
Mate.
there's a fight over there. Please go sort it out.
I'll still fucking run in, man.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you. I'm a cunt. I'm fucking with you.
But yeah.
Bit of friendly banter.
100%,
Everyone at
dude.
home. For all you Americans out there, we pick on each other.
Yeah, they're like,
All right?
are they actually arguing for
Are
real?
they friends?
Do they even know each other? Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
oh, fuck. I went back to the gym yesterday for the first time in 2 weeks, and fuck, I feel weak as piss.
Yeah, you know what, brother? You're looking weak.
Thanks.
Nah, you're looking juicy. You're looking juicy. Don't let, that's all good. You're looking juicy.
Yeah, thanks, man. No, I went to, the good thing about Snap is because it's a franchise, I actually went to a gym in Singapore and trained.
Yeah,
and
right.
that was all right. And
Yeah,
that was
cool.
pretty cool. Just swipe in and go in and train and whatever. But, fuck, sickness.
It takes a toll, eh?
It does, especially like mentally, man. Like anytime I get sick and it's taking longer than I perceive to be, like a reasonable amount of time to get better, I'm just like
2
fuck.
days. What'd you train?
Legs.
Legs.
Yeah. I went to squat. Was it 100
Yeah.
for 5, and I was just like, oh, this fucking feels heavy.
Oh, there's nothing worse when you've got that weight under you, like on your traps, and then you lift it up and you're like, oh, this is actual heavy.
And it's like the slow walk out.
Yeah,
and then
that
it's
one
just-
step back and you're just like swaying a bit.
Yeah,
Like,
you got to keep your core stable. You're just like, oh, it's not as easy as it used to be. And it's like, fuck.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's always possible to get back. It just takes a little bit of time. And
Yeah. I feel that.
mm,
Yeah, because last Monday I went so hard at chest. I benched 100 and I was like, yep, sweet, that felt great. And then I did 35 dumbbells incline, 35 incline dumbbells for 6 reps. I was like, yeah, this feels good. Then I did flies and dips and this and that. It was a mega chest day, and then triceps. The next day, bro, I woke up and I was like, my fucking my shoulders cooked. I could just tell, like, any pushing. I was like, okay, that's rotator cuff. Like, I knew straight away what it was because this is the shoulder I've blown out like 400 times.
Shit.
So I was like, oh, yeah, this takes me back to like 10 years ago when I used to blow my shoulder out and then roll it back in. Like, I used to do that like twice a day.
Jeez.
Legit, like, throw a tennis ball, my shoulder would like pop out. And then I used to just like give it a little fucking flick back in and then we're good to go. So that's how bad my shoulder used to be. So, yeah, like all week I've just been like, oh, motherfucker. Tried benching on Friday, couldn't. I did like 80 for 3. And I was like, I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
And then Monday came around and I was like, on the bench, I just had 40 kilos, like warming up. And I was like, nope, I can't bench.
Fuck.
So I went and seen the physio and he was like, yeah, it's this muscle here. And like, we need to do some pressure point stuff. And then like, these are some exercises to strengthen this muscle. I was like, I was already doing all these exercises to like help my rotator cuff. And he goes, nah, these ones are like better. I was like, yep, sweet. And then I went and did bench, did 80 for 3. And I was like, yeah, okay, 70% better. So yeah, that's what happened with my fucking shoulder. And then my back, I deadlifted 170 and I felt 2 pops.
Oh, shit.
I felt 2 pops in my lower back. And I filmed it and I know exactly where in the point where you can see me like lift it up and then there was a slight hesitation and then I kept going. That's exactly where I felt 2 little pops in my lower back. I mean, some people say it's like normal for your joints to like pop and it's like gas, but as soon as I dropped the weight, I was like, oh, I'm going home.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Fuck. So,
How's
mean,
your back
like,
now?
I haven't deadlifted since.
Fair enough.
And that was like 3 weeks ago.
Fuck. Okay.
So I think I'm due to start deadlifting again. I think I'm gonna ease up on the 1 rep maxes.
Yeah.
And just
Might be good idea. Just
you know what it's like. Like you go into the gym and you're like, today I'm gonna take it easy. I'm just gonna do reps. I'm gonna build up the endurance. And then you get in there and you're like, I'm feeling so good right now. It was like every week I was like, I'm feeling good. I'm going to start upping the weight, you know, like, fuck, who gives a shit? But with deadlifts, it's like, no more. I think it's like maybe 120 max, just reps. I need to do. I need to get my back muscles sorted. So.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious, man.
Oh, no, I think it'll be right. My back's fine now.
Yeah.
It's just, I got PTSD from fucking deadlifts.
Yeah.
I got trauma.
It's one of those things where it's just like, you don't want to fuck it up because it can go horribly wrong.
Yes, yeah. But I did Tuesday. What's today? Thursday. So yeah, on Tuesday legs, I did 120 for 3.
Nice.
That felt good. That was fucking hard. My legs are cooked. But yeah.
You still using the sleeves as well?
Always.
Yeah.
Always. I don't squat without the sleeves now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're nice. Good
So
to have.
nice. So nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's my little update is cooked my shoulder, cooked my back. My knees are all right.
Still going.
Yeah. I'm
Nice.
loving leg day now.
Nice.
It's the only one I don't have issues with.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's good. Have you decided if you're gonna compete or try one?
Well-
Sam twisting your leg.
I just at the moment I don't think my body can keep up. Like I know if I get a natural program through Callan, it won't be like what I'm doing now. It won't be like 1 rep maxes. He was like, no, we'll design it properly for your body. And he goes, you're obviously going too hard, like with these 1 rep maxes. And I'm like, yeah, but that's
what I do.
It's the gym, bro. It's like everyone goes in there to swing their dick. You know what I mean? Like it's the gym. Plus, it feels good. But so, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna wait until my shoulders all gravy and my back's a bit better, and then I'll see how I go. So,
fair enough.
Yeah.
So I think just having a look, there is one in May, which I think is too soon for me.
Yeah.
But there's, I think, another one in October, which isn't an amateur one. So you'd have to soft suit it up and all that sort of shit. But that's kind of the one I'm eyeing off.
Yeah, okay.
If I'm going to give it a go,
I think,
try for that.
Yeah, because you need months to prepare. So I'm just going to see how my body goes and then
for sure.
go from there. Like I'm fucking, what are we, 32 this year? Oh, man, I've got too much to worry about to always be thinking, oh, fuck, my shoulder's cooked, my back's cooked.
Yeah, I get you.
And powerlifting just scares the shit out of me. Because the whole point is just lift as much weight as you can.
True.
And it's like, man, every time I think of that, I just think my back.
It's like it's a very much a physical and a mental. You're pushing yourself to your limits and trying to push beyond it.
Yeah, it is crazy, like how much your mental takes. How much mental capacity it takes to actually go through all this. Everyone's like, oh, you just get under the weight and lift the weight. It's like, nah, it's like squat, for example. People just think, oh, that's heavy weight, so you just lift the weight. So no, there's like a full procedure to doing it. Like you approach the bar, like you get your feeding position correctly, your hands correct, you get it under the bar, and then you're thinking it's like you're just thinking about these steps before you've even lifted it off. So then you're not even thinking about the weight by the time you're even doing it.
Yeah.
It's there's a lot of mental that goes into it, but
yeah, I think that's why that whole maybe rich was the right word, but you have to pretty much build it into your muscle memory in a lot of ways, so you lift the same way correctly every time that you go to do something like that.
Yeah, you got to have. I've noticed like squats, bench, deadlifts. It's like there has to be your reps have to like. Your form's going to be different to other people's. So, like, if you think, oh, that person's form's shit, that might be the way that he has to do it. But as long as he's doing it the same way every time and it's consistent and there's no pain, it's about consistency.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, before, I used to put 70 kilos on the bar for squats, and I used to be like, this weight's heavy. Lift it up, and I was like, oh, this is heavy weight. And the whole time I was like conscious that it was heavy.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, I'll put 120 on. I won't even think about the weight. It's all about the steps it takes to get there.
Yep. And
then by the time you're doing it, like breathing out, bracing the whole time, tilting the hips back a little bit, not locking out your back and your hips and your knees and everything being in the right order, chest up, head up. By the time you've done all that, boom, weights down, weights up.
Yeah.
And and you're like, holy fuck, that's 120. That's actually a fair bit of weight. Whereas before, it'd be like, oh, shaking, you're scared. Your reps are inconsistent because you're overthinking. You're actually thinking about the weight. You're not thinking about the steps.
Yep. Yeah. I guess that's maturity, though, for you, right? Like, at some point, you arguably, you didn't know any better. And that's kind of how we trained. You're just like, oh, this is heavy weight.
Throw the weight around.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, cool, I'll give it a go. But now that you know a bit better and you've done it through routine, it's not as intimidating.
Yeah. Same as chest. It's like, push through the heels, tense your glutes. Like after a chest day, like chest day's on Monday and Friday. Like after a solid chest day, the next day my back and my glutes are cooked. Yeah, man. I was like, holy fuck. Like every time I'm like, man, did I do like hip thrusts and like lat pull downs? It's like, no, I did bench. And I'm like, fucking glutes and my back's cooked. I'm like, is this right? It's like, yeah, that means you're engaging your lats and your ass.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, fuck.
You're missing Sammy? Because he's still in Japan.
He's back now. He's back now. Yeah, but now I've cooked myself. So.
Funny how that works, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. Nah, Sammy's back from Japan.
Nice. He was 3 weeks, yeah?
Yeah.
That would have been good.
Yeah, he fucking loved it. I should get him back on so he can
Tell us all about it.
Since it's so fresh in his brain.
Yeah, we'll do that when I get back.
Yeah.
But no, sounds good. Did you watch F1?
Yes, sir. It was good. It was fucking like what? Started at 1 p.m. Our time. So
yeah, I watched it later, and I tried to avoid social media. But as soon as I saw the fucking Albon and Rick crash at the start, I was just like, "Fuck's sake,
bro!" My heart. Like when I seen it was an AlphaTauri and a Williams, I was like, "All right, I'm hoping that it's Tsunoda, even though it's at the Japanese Grand Prix and it's his home race."
Yeah.
I was hoping it was Logan Sargent because fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's.
And then when it was like Danny Rick and Albon, I was like, bro, my heart sunk. I was like, at that point, I just thought, oh, Danny, I think it's time, man. I think this
is... That lady singing, eh?
Yeah, I'm like, man, I did not see the light at the end of the tunnel for you, man.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, they put you in the RB20 and your time was extremely close to max and, blah, blah, blah. But you're not in the RB20, man.
Yeah.
You're in a fucking Visa cash grab fucking RB thingamajiggy,
Yes. Yeah.
But you know what? It was actually a good race. There was lots of overtaking, like a bunch of different strategies. Not everyone was on a 2-stopper,
Yeah, it was actually entertaining.
It was actually a good race. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
When I actually got around to watching it. Yeah, it's not looking good for Danny. And it fucking hurt my fantasy league, bro.
I know, it's sad because he's the Perth boy, man. He's the hometown
I think
hero.
everyone wants him to succeed.
Yeah.
It's
well, hold up.
Most
when
people.
you start fucking going through the comments, some of the comments are so brutal.
Fuck, man.
But,
F1 is a brutal kind of sport.
Yeah. But, they're not, that's not his hometown. They're not his hometown hero, whereas I wouldn't do a comment and say, oh, you're fucked, you're washed out, but I wouldn't say that because it's Danny Rick, baby.
I wouldn't say that about anyone, to be
Yeah,
honest.
I don't comment on nothing these days, bro. I read them just for entertainment, and I read some of these comments, and I go, you're a fucking Russian bot, bro. You're retarded. But, yeah, so Danny Rick, man. And he fucking qualified so close to Tsunoda too. This was like his... all right, first 3 races a little bit shaky where we just need to edge a little bit closer, and then unfortunately 3 cars into the 1 corner
doesn't quite work, does it?
Doesn't quite work. Look, it was his fault. Whether Albon should have been there or not, he was watching out for Stroll, didn't see Albon there and turned in, and
it's one of those racing
I'm still upset about it.
Yeah,
it's a first lap racing incident. Yeah,
it is. It's just unfortunate, especially in those sorts of
that was Danny Rick.
It's like fucking.
Why couldn't it be Stroll and fucking?
If only,
yeah, Lance Stroll and Logan Sargent. Fuck them.
I love how fucking F1 has always had that all those handful of drivers who if. Let's just say majority of people saw them crash out or whatever. F1 wouldn't be the race wouldn't be any worse off.
Yeah,
as a result.
Nikita Mazepin.
Yeah,
you'd be
Latifi and stuff.
Yeah.
They're probably good drivers in their own right?
Yeah,
but it's just
are they fit for the task of F1?
There's fucking people what's his name?
There's a lot of people waiting in line, bro. I don't know their names.
Yeah, but there's a guy who's Pastor Maldonado is pretty notorious for crashing out a lot, but he's actually won races and shit as well.
Yeah.
And it's just I don't know, it's just the sport, I guess.
To be fair, Nico Hulkenberg, he's been in F1 for ages, hasn't even won a race, and every time he's been there, he's choked. To be fair, why is he still in the sport?
Everyone could say the same thing about, or Danny's won races, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's that whole... how do you put it? This is like backlog of fucking young drivers, Liam Lawson, for example,
Yeah.
who probably deserve a seat in F1. But then you've got, as people are aging, your Lewis, your Alonso,
Fernando,
Hulkenberg,
yeah,
Kevin Magnussen.
yep.
You just got
Danny Rick,
they're not going anywhere.
Perez,
Yeah,
like
they're just shuffling seats.
yeah, it's like I'm at that point where it's like I really like you get attached to these drivers because you follow their career and you go for them and you root for them and stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what, Lewis, fuck you, bro. Like you've been here for that long, you won 7 world championships. Like, why'd you even go to Ferrari? Like, give it up, bro. Danny Rick, after this season, it's like you had your 4th shot. You went from Red Bull, Renault to McLaren. Now you're back at fucking Visa RB. Like that's your 4th chance. I think, you know. Let Liam Lawson in, you know? Fernando Alonso, bro, you're like fucking almost 50 years old. It's like, yeah, you're still fighting, you're still hungry, but, you know, at one point do we, you know, push this generation out and we start letting these new young guns come in? Like, when Lando Norris got in the car, what was he, like 16, 17? He was in F1? He was younger than that, 18.
18, I think. He wasn't quite Max Verstappen, no.
Yeah,
young.
okay. So, well, 18, and then he impressed everyone when he first got in that seat at 18. Like, these drivers, they get faster reflexes. They're quicker as they get in these cars. Like, let's let these young guns show us
Piastri's
what they're
doing really
capable.
well.
Bro, Piastri's doing killer. I'm fucking rooting for him.
Yeah.
Sorry, Danny, but we got another Aussie on the case, you know?
Yeah. I mean... He had a bit of a rough start kicking Danny out of the seat, but I think it was the right call.
I even threw shade at him. Remember?
I think so.
We all did. Because we were like, man, you're kicking Danny Rick out and sucked in that you're driving a tractor. But like seeing Oscar Piastri have such a cool head, like you listen to his team radios and he goes, yep, to it. Like he sort of has taken that on from Danny Rick as well. Like Danny Rick has like a real cool head over the radio. He's like really mature. So that's how Oscar's sort of coming across. He's like really mature. He's a team player, but he also gets his elbows out when he needs. Like, I like it. I'm liking it.
He's got a lot of potential there.
Yeah.
And I think he will have the capacity and talent to fight with Lando eventually. He does every now and then.
Yeah. I don't think Lando's championship winning quality. I think he's good. I think he's really good, but I see some things where I'm like,
Yeah. That one race where he could have won and decided to not listen to the pit wall.
and he didn't change his tyres.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was pretty young then. It was like this, second season or some shit.
He was, but it's also one of those things was like...
Yeah, I know, yeah. Same as Stroll fucking spun out as well, like, I'm staying on these tyres next lap.
Yep.
Yeah. But fucking Logan Sargent. Brother, this is your 2nd season in F1. No one knows how or why the fuck Williams still gave you a seat. All right? Williams don't have a spare chassis.
Yeah.
And you motherfuckers at Williams keep putting your car into the wall.
Not ideal, no.
Bro, he was basically running his own race in Suzuka.
Yeah.
And then it's like almost the end and you're like, yellow flag, and it's him in the fucking sand. And you're like, bro,
yeah.
Come on. You're not even racing anyone. Keep the car on the road, man. It's just like, this motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, that car has come a long way. And I think at points it was not the easiest thing to drive.
Or, yeah, like, I get it. If the car isn't predictable, then yeah, you're going to... Yeah. You can't drive a predictable car fast and expect to be great. Yeah. Like, I understand that. But yeah, fuck, come on, mate.
I mean, to be fair, Danny Rick did the fucking same thing a race or two ago. We fucking spun out.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, it wasn't a good look.
At Saudi? Is it Saudi Arabia? Saudi.
Bahrain? No. Was it Bahrain?
It was that super fast street circuit.
Yeah.
That wasn't Bahrain. It was that.
It was the following one.
I think that's Saudi Arabia, right?
Yeah, I think it actually was.
Luckily, we have technology
Dr.
right
Google.
in front of our fingertips.
Yeah. I remember saying that was that fucking race where he had like a 40-second pit stop as well. And Bierman was in.
Yeah.
That was the one, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Saudi.
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
What's next? China.
Mm.
We haven't been to China in a minute since fucking COVID, since the China virus.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, since
I'm trying to
COVID.
remember the
19 or
circuit
18?
layout. Is it been that long?
Yeah. Well, when did COVID come out? 19?
Yeah, tail end of 19, start of 2020. So it's been since then, hey?
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. I don't even remember the circuit in fucking Shanghai.
Well, there you go. I got it up there for you, brother.
It does look familiar.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember the races that have been.
That actually looks like a decent track. Because I honestly can't remember either. It's been that long.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, you think about all these rookies that have come in. When was the last time they raced there?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
You know? And there's no data on this circuit with the new cars.
That too.
So, I
Hopefully
mean, I
we don't
still
have-
can't wait for a Red Bull 1-2, baby. But
Hopefully we don't have any fucking drain issues or whatever.
Sector 3 has that real long straight and then
Interesting.
like a slow hairpin.
Mm.
Like a 45 left, and then like a nice the main straight onto a big sweeping right hander into another hairpin. Oh yeah, and then there's like a little S section. It's got like a bit of everything, slow and fast.
Nice.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be sick.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. But
China, but yeah, China.
nah, it'll be good. I'm hoping that we see a bit of improvement from Danny Rick. Getting a new chassis, apparently.
Yeah, he was saying, "Hey, let's give me a new chassis, and see if that improves anything." And if I think that's his like last ditch effort to close
because I think
close the gap to Sonoda.
something like that happened to McLaren as well. When he was struggling a bit, they were just like, "We'll swap chassis and see if it helps."
Well, I think Danny Rick. It's not the fact that he's like, "I want to swap. I want a new chassis because Sonoda's got a better one." I think he's like, let's just give me a new improved chassis. Sonoda can keep the old one because he's happy with it. So I think it's the fact that Danny's just not happy with this chassis. So let's just see how we go.
There's a lot of mention or talk about driving style in the current cars and whatnot, and like how certain people can adapt and others can't based on the ground effect stuff. So it's interesting to see. And like, it's one thing I guess you don't really get to see from a lot of the analytics on F1 or what they show you in terms of the graphs and stuff. Like, how the fuck do you measure driving style?
Yeah.
It's not particularly easy. And like, the only way you can really see, I guess,
you can sort of see like if someone breaks a little earlier or later, like with the like the graphs that they have. You can sort of see like if a car will brake a little bit earlier, take the corner, hit an apex slightly different, and then accelerate earlier or later. But yeah, you can't really tell like with the late, you know, like I don't know, it's hard to explain. But yeah, like Danny with the high rake Red Bulls, he was always a late breaker. Yeah, and now it's. You never really see him going for those dives. You just don't.
You don't see that often too much anymore, to be honest. There's not a lot of like really late braking overtakes.
It sort of seems like everyone's sort of hitting the same braking marks to a point, you know? Like it's sort of all within the same fucking points. Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the overtakes generally happen in
DRS
zones, which is, I guess that's maybe what they were hoping for. Or I don't really know. Because it's like overtakes in a straight, yeah, cool, whatever. I'd prefer like the stuff at Suzuka. Yeah, like going around the outside.
Where Stroll actually went around, like, you know.
Sonoda did too.
Yeah, with fresher tyres, yeah.
That's the kind of stuff that's interesting Or
like going outside the racing line.
Mm.
You know, like everyone's sticking to that same line. It's like finding a different line or something, you know?
That's where I think it has more entertainment value versus, oh, cool, straight DRS, all right, whatever. It's just, but we'll see. Apparently, Liberty Media has bought out MotoGP as well.
Yes.
So that's going to be interesting.
That is a lot of fucking money to buy MotoGP.
4 billion, I think.
Something like that.
It's just like...
What's going to happen? But hold up. It would be sick to have a weekend where there's MotoGP and F1 on at the same time.
And there's only a certain amount of circuits that can work for bikes and F1 cars.
Yeah, but how dope would that be? Like you go to Melbourne, Saturday morning is like MotoGP practice and qualifying, or practice and then F1 practice and then MotoGP qualifying, then F1 fucking qualifying, and then Sunday morning is MotoGP, and then Sunday Arvo is fucking F1. That would be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be a massive day, though.
It would.
I'd happily pay $1,000 for a ticket for that. That's a lot of money, but you think about the amount of racing you get to see.
Yeah.
Of like top caliber racing. That'd be sick.
It'd be pretty cool.
Be a fucking huge day.
It would.
Huge day. It was fucking long enough just to see F1, but...
Yeah, it very much becomes a day event in a lot of ways.
Even though you're only seeing like an hour and a half, 2 hours of racing, it's
just the whole experience, getting there,
100%,
finding your seat, whatever it may be, walking around,
getting
seeing
some
what
food,
else is around.
Yeah. Like make sure you get some water, get some shade, suss some things out. Yeah,
it's a good experience for sure. I mean, Singapore's still on my list to attend. A night GP would be pretty sick.
I reckon, Singapore would be cool because, like, Singapore itself is so small that it doesn't matter where you stay, it wouldn't take long to get to the track. But the problem with, like, some people have said with fucking street tracks, like, you sort of get stuck in, you just see that corner.
Yeah, you don't have much
or that little straight, and that's it. Like, you don't really get to see a whole lot of the action. So, like, Suzuka was cool because I got to see straight, turn 1, turn 2, 3, and 4.
Yep.
Like, it was fucking sick seeing so much. So, like, I wouldn't go back to Suzuka, but unless I fucking saved up a fair bit of money and just got taxis. But, I don't know. Street circuit. Singapore, Melbourne,
Melbourne was all right. I just can't, like, I've never actually been on race day. And I think that'd be a very different experience because most of the areas that I was checking stuff out from was just like the general admission standing.
Yeah, because you're a cheap bastard.
I mean, if you get the same experience and you don't really intend to kind of just like sit in a seat and stay there the whole time, I mean, you get more for your money, I reckon.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah, because my ticket was like $500.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
It ain't.
It was a fucking good seat though.
Yeah, nice.
But $500 compared to general admission, which is, I don't know, $50-$60 or something.
Yeah.
Probably cheaper, but...
Yeah. I generally try to go on practice days because I prefer to watch the race from home. It's more comfortable.
Same as Japan. Like, I was like, who's where? What's what? Because it's all in, obviously, Japanese.
Yeah.
And the TVs are so tiny. But, it was just... I love just sitting on the couch in my undies watching it, eh? Just like, this is it. I can see everything that's going on.
Yeah. I enjoy doing that for things like Bathurst as well, the 12-hour and all that too, or even just the V8 supercars. It's just nice. Make it a little bit of a day of it and just chill.
Yeah, fair enough. Don't get me wrong. It is sick to like actually go to the track and the smells, even just the smell of the burning rubber, the fuel, like the food. And then seeing the people, like just people watching, watching all the creatures that are into cars and actually seeing the cars, seeing the track, like the whole atmosphere is...
Yeah, it's nice.
It brings out something compared to just sitting at home watching it on TV.
Yeah, it's a whole different experience for sure.
You definitely feel a lot more connected being there. Yeah, there's some things that are missing, like actually being able to keep up with... What's happening, but... Oh, well. I guess that's a bit of give and take when you go to these live events.
Yeah, you could always just bring headphones and like fucking stream the commentary.
Yeah. You can always just like watch it, but I mean, if you're in a foreign country, sometimes KO didn't work outside of Australia. So I
Yeah.
was like, where the fuck do I watch it to keep up with what's going on?
That's hella annoying, man.
Yeah.
Because the exact same thing happened when I was in Singapore and it was Australian GP.
Yeah.
I had to go find a fucking bar somewhere and watch it there.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, you want a fucking pint? That's like $30. I was like,
Yeah.
fuck's sake, man.
God damn it.
That's a whole fucking meal.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, you do what you got to do for the experience, eh?
You win some, you lose some, eh?
Yeah, for sure. But yeah. So
Oh,
I love your fucking response when I was just like, hey man, I'm thinking of like switching to the dark side and getting a Mac.
You're dead to me. You're dead to me.
Oh, I love how fucking like someone's like choice in technology or whatever it may be. It's just like fucking Holden and Ford, right?
Yeah.
You're either one or the other.
Yeah.
And you have to pick
Red
a
or
side.
blue, eh?
Yeah. 100%. It's like Mac or PC.
Yeah. Android or fucking iPhone. Like, yeah.
Xbox or PS5.
Yeah.
Or like, obviously you got your PC.
Yeah, as soon as you were like, I'm thinking about jumping on an Apple, like on a MacBook, I was like, brother, you're an idiot.
Lose this number now.
I was like, you're an actual idiot, all right? That's it. You're done. You're dead. You're dead to me.
And then fucking 2 days later, you send me, what's his name? Perth Fox shots and what he's doing with the iPad and the pencil.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I think there's another guy in the UK.
Yeah. I think I sent you one in UK and I was like, how fucking sick is this? Just a guy taking photos like of random cars and then editing on the go with his iPad or it was a tablet. I don't know. And then legit just printing them out, putting them in folders and giving to him. And then I seen a reel of someone doing it in Perth. And I was like, oh, fuck yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool idea.
Yeah.
And like mad respect for people that actually do it. Because like, I think you obviously have to know what you're doing, but it's just cool. I think the car spotting nature of like sometimes you just go out and you'll see something nice.
Spotto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just sometimes it can be really special.
Yeah.
Like the other day I saw a Datto 240Z.
Yeah.
I was just like, I wish I had my fucking camera, but
I know.
you just,
The amount of times I
sometimes
like drive past and I see like a bunch of cars parked up, I'm like, where's my camera? It's like, oh, I just popped out to the gym. Why would I need my camera?
Oh, dude. That was the one annoying thing about, or the one thing I learned about going to Singapore as well is the strap on my backpack was like falling off before I went. So I brought like a shoulder bag.
Yeah.
And I put my camera in there, my Yeti bottle, and a tripod, and lugging that around Singapore when you're doing 30,000 steps, it's just fucked, bro.
How do you think I felt in Japan, bro? When I had my backpack.
I prefer a backpack.
But that backpack with everything in it.
Yeah, that would, yeah.
I learned real quick, right? I bought like a top handle for the cage on my camera. Who's it from?
Small rig?
Small rig, yeah. So I've got a small rig cage and I've got a small rig like grab handle. So I just have it vertically so it's legit like just on the top, on the side. And then I use the tripod off the DJI, the gimbal. It's like this perfect tiny tripod. Like you can just sit the camera down, no worries. And then I bought just a small like ball joint type thing that screws into the bottom, then screws into the tripod. So you can angle it up or down. And I found that was the best thing that I bought for just on the go, because I can legit just hold my camera in my hand, like with the handle, and then if I want to put it down, I can legit just unfold the tripod, put it down. I don't have to worry. Like actual carrying that around all day, it fucking actually hurts your shoulders. Like you don't realize it. Like you're carrying around a couple kilos. Yeah. But all day, like it adds up. It sounds stupid. You're like it's only a couple kilos. Get over it. But fucking all day, man.
When you walk in and
yeah. So now every time I go to an event, that's legit my setup. It's just that, and then I can just put it straight down. Yeah, it makes it a bit bulky, but also for stability, weight is good for stability. Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I found. Like the whole strap, like having it strapped around me, is just, it feels unnatural to me and weird. And I was like, I don't like this because then every time I want to like do something different, I have to take the strap off and yeah, I don't know. So that's what I found.
Yeah,
I liked that.
So I was kind of just like, if next time I do something like that, I'll need a backpack and strap or whatever it may be, something to like keep it accessible when I want to actually go out and shoot and not have to like whip out the fucking bag and unzip it and take the fucking lens cap off and change the polarizer and lens or whatever it may be.
I think what I've noticed is like if I do want to take my camera, It's take it the way I just described, but then have my 16 to 35 with a variable ND on it already. So that's it. I don't have to like take off any caps or screw anything in or change lenses on the go. It's like, all right, I've got a 16 to 35, a nice like variety of photos I can get if I want to get landscape or cars. It's there. All right, it's not a fucking 35 prime or like a 16 prime or like a telephoto, but that's basic for what I want, you know? So something that's ideally like a 24 to 200, the f2.8 that just came out by Canon, but I'm not going to drop $3,000 on a fucking brand new lens, so...
Yeah. That's sort of the two that I've been looking at is I'd ideally want to get a 24 to 70 and then a 70 to 200.
Yeah.
But each of those, yeah.
But then you could still get a 24 to 200. So then you're eliminating, instead of having two lenses, you have one.
Yeah. It's one of those things where I've had a look into like how, let's say, L series lenses work versus all this sort of stuff.
All these cheap ones.
Yeah. That doesn't come with IBIS out of the box, which is, I'm starting to realize is a little bit annoying, but you can work around it by getting quality glass. So yeah, the lens will be more expensive than my fucking body, but that's
100%
photography.
But like a 28, is it 28 or a 24? I don't know. To 200 L lens, they're still like secondhand, like fucking $1,500.
Yeah,
it's not cheap, and they're like an f2.8 or f4 or some shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd prefer just to get the 28 to 200 f2.8, but that's super expensive. But one less lens I've got to carry around, and you've got that versatility.
Yeah, I'm sort of figuring out like you can't just have one to do it all.
No.
A little bit of a kit to get the best out of what you want for that situation.
Yeah, it's like I really want like the 2 to 600. But then I'm like, I never go landscape photography anyway. I never go bird hunting or whatever. So it's like, why? I just want it because it's cool as shit.
Dude, yeah. Because like when I went to Singapore Zoo, I only was using the 24 to 50.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I got some pretty good shots, but I was just like, if I had a fucking zoom lens with like good reach.
Why didn't you come grab mine? You asked me for it. I forgot to bring
forgot.
it. Yeah.
But
I feel that.
But the other thing as well is carrying it. Because like I only have a small thing. I don't even have like a proper camera backpack, so I don't want to risk that either. I'll get sorted. But yeah, zoom or reach is important, especially in those sort of scenarios.
Wildlife photography, very. Car photography, it's like
motorsport. You can't get away with
motorsport. You need like
reach.
You need like 200 to 300 max. And then if you're just taking photos of cars, it's like 35 or 50, depending on your preference.
Yep.
And if you want like some different shots, then you get like an 85 for some shots, and then maybe like a wide for the different unique shots. So
yeah,
I mean, but what the fuck do I know? I'm spastic, so
it's all learning, man.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing. I just like. As soon as I saw that whole concept of, hey, you can use Lightroom with a fucking pencil and a tablet, I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Will I make the most out of it? Probably not. So it might just be better to get a laptop and go that route. But hey, it's cool. I'm glad people do it.
Yeah.
Man, I just fucking, you went to Nishi D that weekend and I was just like, I wish I could. Fucking still sick.
Do you know how much fucking fun I had?
I know. It looked like it, bro.
Oh, man. I was just the fucking passenger princess in Danzy's car all day. And
all day, every day.
This is the best day of my life. It was just so good, man.
Nice.
Yeah, because it was sick. It was sick. Because Danzy's, man, I am so impressed with how much he has improved over the years. Like, we went from just drifting on the streets and him being an actual shit cunt, like, actual being the worst of the lot, like, you're at the back, Danzy, to now him just, like, almost banging on people's doors, like, legit doing proper tandems, third gear punching it,
Nice.
Like, it's so awesome to see him fucking getting that good now. Like being in this car and actually just be like, this is fucking gnarly. Like actual throwing it in as hard as he can to the point where he's like going off the track and bent his lower control arm. Like he's just like, I'm just trying to go as hard as I can, get the biggest, fastest entries. And you know, when you do that, you're going to push boundaries and you're going to fucking break your car. And that was like the first time he's actually broken his lower control arm. Standard control arm, like, I mean, it's going to fold. It's like a fucking 30-year-old car.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I'm so impressed with how much he's learnt and how much he's progressed. And he's like, sim, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, 'cause I remember him saying like he spends a lot of time on the sim.
Yeah. Because like, I mean, like over the years, I've like watched him drift and get better, but like actually being in the car, it's just a whole nother ball game. Like, you know, actually seeing the footwork going on, actually controlling the hands, when to flick, you know, like seeing him or like being in the car and actually watching someone do their thing, you know, it's an eye opener and it's sick. Oh, I was just like, this is awesome. Like just taking photos of all these fucking cars, chatting to mates, being in the car. It was just a good fucking day, man.
Yeah, and it's been a while since you got the camera out as well, hey?
I haven't got the camera out this year, bro. That was the first time. Oh, sorry, I lie. I picked up I went and picked up the Mustang. I had the Muzzy for a week, and that was fucking awesome, man. That was heavy. That was heavy, actually, driving the Mustang for a week. I just drove to Burswood, the typical spot, Burswood car park with the old Burswood hotel with the lights. Took photos of that. I just haven't uploaded anything. And so that's when I got the camera out. Then I went to Nishi D, I think.
Yeah, nice. That's good. It feels good to get it out, to get like the camera out and get out and shooting.
Oh man, I was so nervous, like just driving around taking photos. I was like, man, people judge me. I'm taking photos. I'm like one of those weird cunts. And then as soon as I parked up at Burswood and like got the car right, man, I had like 4 people come up to me. They were like, man, this car's sick. What color is this? Like, the color's popping. I'm like, bro, I got no idea. And they're like, oh, is this your car? It's fucking sick. I'm like, cheers, man. Like, like, oh, nice car. People like, in this sweet. And I'm like, man, people like actually appreciate it. You know, they look at it and they go, this is sick.
Nice.
Whereas I think I'm being one of those fucking annoying people taking photos of my car, you know. Like, look at this loser, you know. But there's the things you think about, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I do anyway. But no, it was real good. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and it's probably a good time to do it considering summer's fading very quickly.
Yeah. But no, I felt good to get the camera out. Yeah, driving the Mustang, man, I was like, I went to mum's, got the Muzzy out, and I gave it like a fucking good detail, washed the fuck out of it, and I was just like, I'm going to drive this to work. And then, so I'm going to leave the Ranger here, I'm going to drive this. Filled it up, drove it to work, and I was like, I'm going to drive this to work more, eh?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I'm having just, not even fanging it. That's not a fang, like you can't go faster in that car. Like 80 miles an hour is like sort of top. Like that's, any faster than that, the car starts to vibrate like a motherfucker. Like, you know what I mean?
You just don't want to,
Yeah, it's only a 4.7 liter V8, like a 289 Windsor. It's not a fast car. It gets up to speed quick. Don't get me wrong, for an old car. But that's it. Like it's just, you're just cruising it, and you feel. I just had this, when every time I drive it, time doesn't matter. You know, like I've got somewhere to be, but I'm driving the Mustang, and it's like, you know what, man? It really doesn't matter if I take a pit stop and I just sit there and admire the car. It's one of those cars where time just does not matter.
Yeah.
You know? And it's a fucking good feeling. I drove it all week. I drove it for a week solid.
Nice.
Cost me $300 in fuel for 1 week. I was like, I cannot afford this.
Oh, fuck. That is
man, I was like, holy shit. Just every time, he's a thirsty bitch. Thirsty bitch. Because I still got to put in the lead additive. Yeah. Still got to put in the lead additive. She's that old. But fuck me, man. Time just. It was a heavy week driving that car, but it.
What do you mean when you say heavy week?
There's a lot of emotions with that car.
Yeah. got
being
it.
my old man's car. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like, I hate bringing up like Fast and Furious quotes, but you know, the first Fast and Furious where Dominic's telling fucking Paul and he's like, "This car scares the shit out of me."
Yep. Yeah.
That's sort of the Mustang with me. Like,
Yep.
the Mustang leaks oil from every hole.
Shit.
Everywhere it can leak, it leaks. Like, I'm not talking like dripping on the floor, but like a weep, you know, because everything's like a cork gasket. It's not like, you know, like modern technology where everything's like sealed properly. I can fix it. I'm just shit scared to do it. Not because I don't have the knowledge or the experience. I know full well I can take that motor out, fix everything on it, and put it back together.
Mm.
It's just the fact that it scares the shit out of me. Like the same as Dominic, you know?
Yeah.
This car scares me. It's like all because of the emotions that are attached to it.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. Makes
You
sense.
get me?
Yeah.
So like that when I say it's heavy driving it, that's why. Like you're sitting in the passenger seat like this is how Dad felt driving this car.
Mm.
You know? That's how I'm assuming he would feel like driving this car, because he used to have his AirPods in as well.
Mm.
And I have them as well, and I was like, why does Dad always have his right hand on the center console? It's because when you're at about 60 miles an hour, it vibrates a little bit. So he used to put his hand on there, and I'm like, I get it now.
Yeah.
You know, the way he used to rest his arm, like I get it. Like, so yeah, that car is a bit heavy for me. Like, you know,
Yeah.
So
sense.
driving like a full week, I was just like, I was looking for any excuse. You know, like if there was a shortcut, I wasn't taking it.
Mm.
I was taking the longest way possible.
Yep.
To whichever destination I had.
Mm.
And it was like, oh, that's a cool spot. Just fucking turn off, park up, sit there. You know, like go to the petrol station to pick up a drink. You legit, you get out, you go to the petrol station, you pick up your V, your Monster, you get back in your car and you drive. I would sit there, sit on the bonnet, crack my V, just have a sip, stand back, look at the car. People come up to me, you know, just have a chat about the Mustang. I'm like, fuck, you know, like it's just, that car just for me hits different, you know?
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people that potentially know what it is, but it's also that old school car mentality. I think
Classics,
people just respect it. Yeah, the classics, and you know, anyone who's sort of a car enthusiast will stop and have a chat. Most times,
it's so weird because like the 66 or like that Mustang in that era, it was aimed at women. It was aimed at women. It was a family car. People like some people, you know, people be like, oh yeah, this thing's slow, blah blah blah. Like a Jaguar at this time would smoke it. I'm like, motherfucker, it's a family car. Calm down. Like, I don't have this car to race. I say, if you want to line up, brother, when I get the Evo done, we can line up. Or you want to line up, I'll go get the Beamer. We can line up and we can talk, you know? But I was like, man, these were aimed at, women, mothers, family cars, you know?
Yep.
I was like, this thing came out with a straight 6 in it. It's got a V8 in it now. Like, just chill. Just chill. Just admire the classics, bro. I'm not trying to fucking race you in this thing, all right? I was like, you want me to race? I'll smoke you in something else. You know?
Let me get my actual car.
Yeah, like, I'll do a burnout. I was like, no, bro, this has got a fucking open diff in it. I'm not driving the Beamer, bro. I'll fucking... If I had that thing, I'd be smoking up the streets. But just, you know, just let me just enjoy the classics.
Yeah.
Just chill.
Actually enjoy what it is to drive.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's... So, it's great. It's something else driving that thing. Yeah.
But you were saying you don't tend to drive in winter, or when it's raining. It's just not as...
Nah. I do. I can. Like, there's no issue. Like, everything works. You know, wipers work, washers work. Oh, washers. What washers? Lights work, wipers work. Like, there's no issue driving in winter. It's just, you know what happens in winter, man.
Yeah.
Not the fact that I'll do something dumb, but you just never know. And
there's
that's
additional risk.
It's just not worth it with that car. Like,
yeah, I hear you.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
No, I can understand, man.
Yeah.
I mean, statistically, it's probably the riskier time to drive any sort of car when it's fucking raining and people just don't know what the fuck to do. Like, seems to be a thing. Anytime it rains, people are just like, oh shit, I'll drive 20 k's on the fucking speed limit. And
and that causes more accidents anyway. Like, I've driven that thing plenty of times in the wet, like pissing down rain. No issues, but
just other people.
yeah, there's always just that thought in the back of your head, like, what if I'm at the lights and this truck just doesn't want to stop, or someone doesn't see, it's an old car, lights aren't as good, you know? Yeah, I don't know. And I'd never forgive myself if that thing got totaled, bro.
Yeah.
You know? Like I said, the fastest I've ever been in that thing is what? Maybe 85 miles an hour? What's that in Ks?
Dr.
Like
Google.
110, 120?
Yeah, I think so.
I think 66 miles an hour is 100.
Yep. 60-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you compare that, like I've been 240 in the Evo. Beamer, I've been stupid speeds as well, like 180.
Yeah.
Like if you hit something at that speed, you're dead.
Yeah.
Whereas the Mustang, it's like, nah, it's just not worth it.
Yeah.
Evo, fucking send that cunt to the moon, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
but, nah.
Fair enough. Yeah, as soon as I come back from Melbourne, I think it's time to get the Type R back on the road. I don't have anything planned for a while, so I just want to get it sorted. It's the whole not having something you can just take and go somewhere with and having to rely on other people for cars.
Yeah.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, it's that, like, yeah, we have the gym as an escape, but it's not the same as driving, eh?
No.
Driving is just, it just hits different, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like I used to do that quite a fair bit when I had my even 86 when I was back here. And it's just like I'd go out randomly if I felt like I drive the exact same route every single time. But it was just chill, certain times at night, absolutely no one around.
Yeah.
And you can just relax, do your own thing.
And even, I feel like it's even worse now that we've got our cameras. It's like the perfect thing.
It is.
It's like the perfect excuse to go for a drive.
Mm.
I'm going to go take some photos of my car.
Yep.
And even like, because you think, oh, I'm going to drive. Where am I going to drive to? Whereas now it's like, you know what? I know this cool spot that I can just cruise to, take a snap. And then I can just go somewhere else, take a snap. It's like, it adds to that
reason to get out.
But also like point to just drive and not worry about your destination. It's like more the journey than the destination.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, like we don't have that. We don't have our cars. I mean, yeah, I've got the Mustang, but like I said, I'll drive that car 3-4 times a year, but I'm not picking that up every weekend.
Yeah. Fair enough. Very much so. Got to do a bit of, cleaning up and whatnot. You still want to get the Evo on the road this year?
I had a chat to a guy who works at Harris Engines, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He said they're currently, at the moment, like moving workshops, so things are a bit hectic, but he said he'll send me a message in like a month or so. I've just figured I really want to build the engine myself. Like I know I can do it, but I just don't have the time. I'm so annoyed I don't have the time. But so if I can get the engine sorted this year, I'll be happy. So he said he'll send me a message in like a month or so because he's building some fucking really cool shit at the moment. He was like showing me. He goes, yeah, the guy like bought 2 of these fucking race cars. It cost him like $1 million for these 2 race cars. He's got the original fucking 265, like a straight 6 engine that came out of it. He wants the owner wanted him to like rebuild it. So it's like you bring that engine on like a crate and start it up to show people this was the original engine because it's got V8s in it now because they're like race car. Legit, like just like a show crate, you know? Have an engine on a stand with like a radiator and it's just start key just so people can see it. That's the type of money we're talking about, you know?
Jesus. Okay,
so he was like, yeah, I'm currently doing that. Then I've got like a Chrysler engine and then I'll hit you up. So I was like, yep, sweet. You know, that means there's no rush. So I'll get him. I'll just like give it to him, like, yo, deck it.
Do your thing.
Bore it out, sleeve it. Not bore it out, sorry. Sleeve the 1 cylinder. Hone the rest, do some measurements, see what size pistons we need to get if we go 85 mil or 85 and 85.5, so 5,000th over. And then that way I can get the pistons, the rods, you know, all the bearings and studs and all the goodies to make that block at least capable of 600-700 horsepower.
Mm.
You know, and then I was just thinking, you know, deck the head, Kelford cams, springs, titanium retainers. It's already got cam gears, so I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, I don't think I'll like port and polish. You don't really polish on turbo cars anyway because you want the turbulence to speed it up. You don't really want it smooth. So I think I won't worry about porting it. Won't really need that. Won't need that extra flow.
Yep.
And then I'll just like slap on the, you know, the same turbo setup and intake setup, and then just see what it makes from the high flow turbo, Evo 9 high flow turbo. So just to save a bit of money, but I think I'm going to need a 5-speed gearbox. So that's the only thing.
Yep.
That's the plan. That's the plan. I mean, yeah, I fucking want 600. But I mean, that's going to cost me an extra 15 grand, you know, for like intake, turbo, you know, like clutch.
You don't have to do it now. That's the thing.
Yeah,
right?
I just need it on. I just want it on the road. I'm at that point where it's like I still want to go Nitto everything, like Nitto pistons, rods, but I'm just gonna have to be happy with a built engine with the same like bolt-ons that I've got. I mean, whatever. It is what it is, man. Like I just want it on the road. Just want to drive it.
Yeah, but the thing is, with most cars, is kind of like an iterative process. You can go through like various phases of development, let's say.
Yeah.
It's not like you don't have to get to the end at the very start.
Yeah. Like, I mean, like it's just getting stuck in that whole build phase. But unfortunately, like I'm only stuck because of financial situation and time.
Yeah.
It's like I said, I have the money to blow on it, but I'm a family man now. You know, responsible.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah, everything's got a...
Yeah, you're a man. Like, I'm a man and I've got a family. Get the fuck over your shit. You know, toughen up. You got a broken car. Oh, well, your family comes first, bro. So.
And this is how I cry myself to sleep every night.
Yes. Yeah, nah. So.
That'll be exciting, bro.
That's the plan.
Yes. I'm in the same boat, though, about just wanting to get on the road. And mine won't take that much work, thankfully. It's just effort, time, and doing it, which I will have.
Yeah, less than a day job, yours, brother.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just the whole registration process, which I've never been through before.
Rego is such a pain. But being like a new car, everything sort of works. You could even just like change everything yourself and then take it over, and then whatever they fail, you go, yeah, it's easy list. I'll sort it out.
Yep. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
But good. It's been far too long since I've driven it.
Yeah, I feel that, bro. I think we're in the same boat. Where last year we were like 2024 is our year.
Yep.
Now 2024 is here, and we're like
it's almost fucking half the year gone.
I know, and we're 4 months in, and we're still like, this was gonna be our year to fix these cars, and we're fucking time's just ticking.
Yeah. To throw another like, spanner in the works, let's say. The main reason I want to get that sorted is so I can actually use it. I got pre-approval to try find my own place as well.
Yeah.
And like, it's kind of hard to fucking go check places out if you don't have a fucking car.
Pretty much.
So I was just like,
Mommy, can I borrow your little get-around car?
Can I borrow the GS?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, no.
Nah, that's fair enough. It's fair enough.
I just want to get back out to fucking Infinite Time Attack.
Yeah. That outlet, bro.
Yeah, man. It's just like you don't even have the fucking quickest car or the best bits. Just it's nice being out on track.
That's why Nishi D was so fun for me, because I was able to get in the car with Danzy, and I was able just to be in that environment of just good cunts around, sick cars, skids, just an overall good environment, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I mean, I can't drive the Beamer; it's too expensive and it's broken. Well, the suspension's broken. It still starts and runs mint. But it's like, unfortunately, the funds aren't really there to go. Yep. And, you know, self-conscious with how I drive at Nishi D, that's like for me, it's a bit of a big deal. Like, not being good enough. But that's another conversation. So what's the next best thing? Just going down and soaking up the environment.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's like one of those...
Another little outlet, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing. Like, a lot of people sort of tend to forget. You don't necessarily have to always be out on track. You just rock
driving.
You'll enjoy it.
Yeah, 100%. Just being around the people, the culture is good.
For sure. And I think that's the one thing that I respect and appreciate about you, man. It's like you go out of your way to go to these things. Whereas for me, I get in my head a lot. And I'm just like, oh, I could.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I don't want to get out of bed.
But don't forget, that was the first time I'd gone to an event this year. Just physically because of lack of time.
Yeah.
Lack of time, bro. And I told Sean, I was like, nah, you know what? I don't give a fuck if it's Easter long weekend. I was like, I'll go to the family thing in the morning, but I'm leaving at this time. I haven't been to an event. I'm fucking going. Like, I'm going.
Got to do it for yourself. And
oh, man. It was so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Nice.
Yeah.
We'll get around to more. I need to actually get out there and start. I want to practice panning shots and that sort of thing. Getting cars in motion. So that's cool when you pull it off and whatnot.
It's just a matter of getting the right fucking shutter speed.
Yeah, I think that's the key thing, eh?
Shutter speed too high, car doesn't really look like it's going anywhere. Shutter speed too low, everything's too blurry. It's just like finding that right sweet spot, and then ND filters if it's like bright daylight.
Yep.
Especially for us, like otherwise your photos just get too blown out. And
Yeah.
So ND filters are very important.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing will be if I want to start shooting Infinite Time Attack and it's at night at Carco. I was about to say Barbs.
Yeah. Because their light sucks dick.
Yeah.
That's when you need like
good aperture lenses.
Yep. Like something that's like a 2.8.
Yeah.
And they're fucking expensive.
They are.
Or you film on a prime that's 1.8. Or, sorry, take photos on a prime. That's why people get like 100 primes, 85 primes, so then you can still be out at that distance.
Yeah.
And then you can have like that slightly lower shutter speed to let in more light. And you don't want to bump your ISO up too high.
Because then it's just grainy as fuck. Yeah, that's the one annoying thing about, well, like good quality glass, right? Like there's two 70 to 200s. There's a f4 and a f2.8.
Yeah.
And the 2.8 is
like $2,000 more.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, fucking hell, man. Like,
it's the same as the 50 1.2.
Yeah.
Or the 50 1.8. It's an extra $2,000.
It is insane.
Like that 50 1.8 that you're borrowing off me. I picked that up for, what was it, like $150.
Yeah.
But if you want the 50 1.2, which is 3 times the size and weight, because obviously there's a lot more glass.
L series as well. Lens,
yeah. Because anything 1.2 is going to be L.
Yeah.
Let's be fair. It's legit $2,000 more. Ridiculous.
I had no idea how expensive photography was until you really get into it and you're just like, shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you're chasing the 1.2s, then aperture, then it's going to be expensive. But I mean, like I keep saying, everyone, I've got all the gear and no idea. You know, like you can have all that gear, but do you really need it?
Not necessarily, no.
Nah. I'd love to have the fucking 24 to 200 2.8, and that's like a fucking bomb ass lens, L series lens, but probably don't need it, man. To be fair, I got the 70 to 300, I got the 24 to 105.
Yep.
You know, I've got the 16 to 35, I've got the 35 prime, I've got the 85 prime.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, you got a fair bit then.
The 85's EF. It's like old as shit. It's terrible for film. The motors are too noisy. It's too slow. It's good for photography, like more portrait and stuff, but it's just a little bit old and slow. So I just leave that behind.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So I'd say 4 lenses are pretty, for me, like I don't leave home without them. 16 to 35, 35 prime, 24 to 105, and there's 70 to 300.
Yep.
Yeah, when I went to Nishi D, everything was 70 to 300. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to leave this one lens on, and that's it. Like, I took everything on that lens. And you know what? I got heaps of sick photos.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was like, I could be in the pits. I'd have to be obviously a bit further back than I'd normally be. But it was, different. It was like a different experience. And then as soon as I needed to take photos of cars or like actual drifting, I could just quickly run, telephoto out, boom. And I was there. I was in the action. And then instead of like, camera bag down.
Swap.
Get out my 35. Then I'm going to need to put on a fucking ND filter or a circular polarizer. It's like, you know what? It's all just on there. Done.
Yep.
And that'd be sick to have the 24 to 200. All right, you're not going to get as much reach, but you got so much more versatility.
Yeah.
And like when you go to a car event, you want to be on the go. Quick, boom, there's the action, done. Not fucking around changing lenses.
Yeah.
That's what I've learned. Like actual hands-on experience is like the quicker you can get that photo done, like you could turn around and all of a sudden something's happening. You're like, boom, oh, I'm halfway through changing lenses. Like you've missed it.
Yeah.
So that's the shot done, gone. You'll never get it again. But if you just leave that one lens on, versatile, boom, on, there. Yeah, I've learnt that. Being in the action.
Being in the field.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Cool. I think we'll call it a pod. But
Yeah, go Ace.
That was good. Good fun. I will be in Melbourne next week. And then after that, we'll have to line someone up.
Mr. Worldwide, eh?
Not really, man.
Mr. Worldwide.
I was supposed to be over there for one, got a friend's wedding next Saturday.
Yeah.
But then I was like, I might as well work from there because we were supposed to have like this major project go live, which has been pushed back anyway. So I was like,
fair enough.
It's a good chance to just catch up with people that I used to connect with and obviously just, enjoy
Fair
a bit of
enough.
a break. Actually work from an office.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Oh, well. So, yeah, well, obviously this will come out next Thursday.
Yep.
And then we'll have that Thursday off. So, yeah. Awesome. Cheers for tuning in.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. And we'll catch you guys soon. Peace.